Good morning, everyone. Hopefully, you are having a great day.
Yes.
Everyone has their own limiting belief, right? When you feel like you are not good enough or anything, you just feel like you want to give up. A limiting belief is when you feel like you are talking to yourself, but it's actually you have to someone else to tell you that. It's usually a subconscious. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine this. Sheen, you cannot do it. Just give up. You'll never be like them. That was a limiting belief. They are often subconscious. You don't know you have them until someone points them out to you. Am I right?
Yes.
Someone judged you for something. However, as someone said before, we are limited additions with unlimited potentials. So don't let our limiting belief to limit us. Now let me share one of my experiences with you. When I was in year 4, I was studying in a Chinese school. My Chinese was extremely bad back then. When my Chinese was really bad back then, I couldn't really read, speak, or even write that much. Can you hear me? Sometimes I can't hear me that much, right?
Yeah, we can hear you. Okay. Don't worry, it's okay. Don't worry.
Sometimes I feel like giving up. However, sometimes my friend will tell me, you can do it. And then I'll try my best to do it. When I was in year 4, I had a limiting belief in Chinese. When I was presenting one time in my school with Chinese, my mind was extremely blank. I couldn't think of any single thing. I was just standing there, standing still. However, one time, my friend shouted to me at the end of the corridor, "You can do it, Sheen," and I would try my best to do it. Thanks to my friend, I did it. I could do it myself, and now I'm standing here, and hopefully I can do it now. Even though I tried my best to study my Chinese, sometimes I still couldn't do it, even though my teacher forced me to. Writing sentences, writing stroke by stroke on the Chinese words, lines by lines. Sometimes it just couldn't work. I couldn't remember it at all. I realized that I wasted a bunch of my time by studying only a single thing or remembering on one technique. At that moment, I realized I decided to change my technique. I did my best, and I did a better job. Now, when I was overcoming my limiting belief, I realized that values are important as well. Why? Value is the idea you hold about what is important and what is not important. We need to know our values so that we know how to differentiate the right and the wrongs. If we don't know how to differentiate the right and the wrong, obviously we will sometimes choose the wrong decision and you will regret it someday. I value discipline, intelligence, and kindness the most. Why? Because discipline is important so that I can figure out techniques and I can keep learning Chinese even when I don't feel like learning Chinese. You guys felt that one time, yes, right? Sometimes intelligence is important as well, so that I can think of ways and techniques to remember how to memorize my Chinese. For example, I thought of ways to remember another technique of my Chinese. Why? How? Because How, you may ask? For example, by memorizing Chinese, by telling myself stories. You know how Chinese is like an ancient language where people used to carve on rocks all over the mountains or rocks. It is very confusing and I can't deal with that. And probably some of you Korean, Japanese, Chinese learner as well. So I thought I was like brought back to time to create theories for the future people to solve. So I was confused and I decided to tell myself stories to remember Chinese. That's how I remembered, that's how I memorized my Chinese. And last but not least, kindness. I try my best to be kind to people around me so that maybe sometimes people will repay my kindness by teaching me Chinese as well. And thanks to her, my Chinese is better now. Hopefully, you guys have someone to help you with your languages as well. Because of these values, because when I was year 4, I didn't really know Valley was a thing. When I joined Speakers Valley, the first thing I learned was values. I was really confused. But thanks to the coaches, I got it. I understand, thankfully. Now I'm standing here and trying my best. Thank you for the coaches for everything. But remember, everyone, even though like everyone out there who is talented, good at everything, they are once a beginner as well. Am I right?
Yes.
All of you. Exam results last time kind of bad. Now very good, right? Good, right? Good, right? Okay. So remember, everyone. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you should go back home, think of your limiting belief, and try to solve it. Maybe, not maybe. You will solve it. You will solve it. Thank you.